Hello, my name is Jamie Adcock. I'm also known as the Running Diva Mom. I'm a running coach, a personal trainer, and a health coach for women. Today I'm joining you from my boutique fitness studio located downtown in Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. Today I'm going to demonstrate 3 different hip mobility exercises for runners. These are great to challenge your hip flexors and then your abductors as well. You're also going to be challenge your balance with all 3 exercises. Today you're going to need a foam roller. You're also going to need a tennis ball. If you don't have a tennis ball, you can also use a 2-pound lighter weight, or you can use a pencil or a ruler. We're going to start with hamstring salutations. This one's my favorite. This can be used as a dynamic warm-up before your runs, or you can also use it for cross training. We're going to bring one foot behind the other. There should be space between your feet. Toes are in front of the heel on the front foot as well as the back. Make sure those toes aren't turning out or in. We're going to place our hands at our waist to start and just focus on the lower body as we open up the hips and challenge our balance. We're going to straighten our front leg, bend the back leg, and shift your body weight to the back heel, back glute. Thighs should be parallel here. Then you're going to keep the feet flat as you straighten the back leg, bend the front leg, and shift your weight forward into that front foot. Again, shift your weight back, and then shift your weight forward. As you do this, make sure your back heel stays on the ground. That's going to stretch out that back calf as well as the bottom of your foot. While you're doing this, you're opening up those hips. You're also increasing your ankle mobility here. Now we're going to make this a little more challenging by adding some arms. As you shift back, we're going to reach down below the knees. As you shift forward, you're going to reach up and forward. Again, keep the back heel down. It should be more challenging now. Shift the weight back. Shift the weight forward. Give me 3 more. 2 more. And last time. The more you get stretched out there, the closer you should be able to bring those fingertips below the knee and towards the ground. You should do 10 to 12 repetitions on one side, followed by 10 to 12 repetitions on the other. Ideally, you would do 3 rounds on each side. Next, we're going to use a foam roller to really challenge our hip flexors. This exercise is going to challenge your balance in your core as well. So any size foam roller like this will do. You're going to place one end against the wall in line with your calf. You can also place it in line with your knee. And the higher that foam roller is from the ground, the more challenging this will be. So that's why we're starting a little lower today. But you're going to apply pressure inward, and that's going to work your adductor and the inner thigh and the outer leg. The other foot is placed behind the foam roller. Now place one hand on the wall for support to start, and then you're going to pick your foot up and tap in front of the foam roller. Pick the foot up and tap to the back. As you do this, try to lean back and have good posture. There should be no forward bend at the waist. So you're opening up the hip on the inner leg, and you're challenging your glute and your calf on the outer leg. Now, as you get comfortable with this, you can slowly lighten up to 1 or 2 digits on the wall, or you can place your hand at your waist to challenge your core and your balance. May need to slow this down. We're going to do 10 to 15 repetitions on one side, and then turn around and do 10 to 15 repetitions on the other. And again, ideally, you would do about 3 sets. Let's do 2 more here. And relax. Next, we're going to use that object I requested. I'm using a tennis ball. You can also use a lightweight, like in the 2 to 3 pound range. This is going to be going behind your knees to work your hamstrings and your glutes Well, we increase hip mobility. If you don't have something like that, or maybe your pants are too slippery today and it's hard to hold an object there behind the knees, you can also use a pen or a marker or even a ruler. So we're going to stand with our wall at our side. And we're going to take our object and place it behind the knee. And then we're going to hold our leg in flexion, 90 degrees, or maybe a slightly smaller angle. And then we're going to hold in flexion there while your foot is flexed. Point the knee down so both knees are next to each other and the thighs are parallel. And then we're going to bring the foot back and then bring the knee forward. Bring the heel back and bring the knee forward. Now, as you do this, you should again not have a bend at the waist, but also focus on not extending your back, overextending it here. As you get comfortable with this movement, you can also add a lateral movement. Take it back, take it wide, all while holding in flexion. And then you can advance further and make some hip circles. And again, to further challenge your core and your balance, you can lighten up to a digit or two or place your hand at your waist. You're going to do about 10 to 15 repetitions, again, ideally for 3 sets. Unlock your supporting knee. 2 more. 1 more. And slowly, that object. So these are a couple of different exercises that you can easily add into your everyday fitness routine. You can use it as a dynamic warm-up before your workouts or incorporate it into your strength training routine for some cross training. Thanks so much for joining me today and have a great workout.